The freedom of time, the real luxury. Many people think that money is the goal, more clients, more work, more income. But there is a point where you realize money is not actually the goal, but a tool to buy back your time. When you work as an employee or a beginner entrepreneur, it often happens that you sell all your time. You work from morning to night, even on weekends, and although you earn money, you do not really have true freedom. A consciously built business, however, does not only produce money, but also time. Time for you to decide when you work, how much you work, who you work with, and when you do not work. This is the point where money gains real meaning. Because if you have money, you can take fewer clients but at a higher price. Outsource tasks. Accounting, cleaning, marketing, build systems that work even instead of you, and most importantly, you can spend more time with those who truly matter, your family, partner, friends, hobbies, or even yourself. This is the freedom most people are looking for. They just often approach it from the wrong direction. The goal is not for your calendar to be full, but for your calendar to be your decision. When desires defeat needs. One of the least discussed, yet most dangerous traps of entrepreneurship is when a person starts spending according to desires, instead of making decisions according to real needs. This phenomenon is especially common among professionals working in the beauty industry, including nail technicians. A new collection, a trendy brand, an aesthetically perfect salon setup, or a everyone uses this type of tool can easily trigger emotional decisions. These decisions give joy, motivation, and professional satisfaction in the short term, but in the long term they can have serious financial consequences. The problem is not that we desire growth, beauty, or quality. The problem begins when desire comes before strategy. Many entrepreneurs get into the situation that they continuously invest in new materials and tools, improve the appearance of the salon, follow trends, while they have no stable financial reserve. They cannot plan ahead, and in an unexpected situation, illness, loss of clients, economic change, they no longer have the safety background needed for operation. This is the point where the realization appears. I bought everything I wanted, but what I truly need, I can no longer buy. This can be 1 month of peace when there are no clients. This can be a training that would truly bring progress. This can be time or even freedom. From the point of view of cash flow, this phenomenon clearly shows a loss of control. Income is not reinvested according to a conscious system, but spending is directed by impulses and emotional decisions. The conscious entrepreneur, in contrast, distinguishes between 3 levels: costs necessary for operation, materials, utilities, tool maintenance, development investments, trainings, real efficiency improvement, desire-driven expenses, trends, extra aesthetics, impulse purchases. A healthy business does not forbid the third category but places it within limits. The question worth asking before every decision: does this serve my business now or my current desire? The two are not always the same. One common trait of businesses that are stable and growing in the long term is that their owners are able to delay gratification. Not because they do not desire better, but because they know exactly when the time has come. The illusion of sparkle. When you start developing in your profession, you will have more and more income. More clients, more work, more recognition. And along with this, an inner voice appears. I deserve it. You deserve the new tools. You deserve the more expensive materials. You deserve the new decoration in the salon. You deserve the brand name clothes, the new phone, the reward purchases after a long day. And truly, hard work should have a reward. But here comes the fine line. When the source of your joy gradually shifts from creation to spending, you unnoticed lose control, not only over your money, but also over your business. The nail technician who always earns more yet always runs out of money. Many talented nail technicians reach the point where they earn well. The calendar is full, clients return, the professional level is high. And yet, at the end of the month, the same question comes up. Where did the money go? The answer is often not in the accounting, but in the habits. Frequent small purchases, constant tool upgrades without need, impulse decisions when tired. The only form of reward, spending money. This is not a financial problem. This is an emotional pattern, the real source of joy. If you want a stable, calm, and successful business in the long term, you must learn to separate 2 things. Spending money does not equal happiness. The real joy in this profession comes from a much deeper place. When a client looks in the mirror and smiles. When you see your own development month by month. When you finally use a difficult technique confidently. When your clients return not only for your work but for you. When at the end of a day you are tired but satisfied, this joy costs no money, and even more importantly, it does not disappear the next day. Conscious entrepreneur equals conscious person. A successful nail technician does not only develop in technique, but also in thinking. She learns that income is not meant to disappear immediately. That growth does not equal spending. That stability gives more freedom than momentary joy, and perhaps most importantly, she does not use money to fill the emptiness that should actually be filled with rest, relationships, or self-worth. A simple but strong question. Before you buy something next time, whether a new material or something personal, ask yourself this question. Does this truly add to my life, or does it only make me feel better for a moment? If you answer honestly, you are already one step more conscious as an entrepreneur. Additional thoughts. The nail profession can be a tool for freedom, but only if you do not trade this freedom for short-term pleasures. Do not find happiness in how much you spend. Wherever you are, feel good there. Find it in what you build in your work, your clients, and yourself. Apply the 7-day rule if you get an impulse to buy something. A strong desire to own it develops. Then wait 7 days, and if you would still buy it afterward, then buy it. Here you already get used to a certain control and learn to handle your emotions.